Baby, I am telling you now. I'm telling you, baby, this reunion was a key to me. So I'm telling y'all, I'm one of y'all now, baby. Girl, I might just be cracking up this entire review, child, because this episode was a key to me. So, girl, the episode starts off, like I said, part 3, girl, real chaotic, real crazy. It's a lot going on, okay? So, the episode starts off with Ivory sneaking Bad Dolly. What it is, ho? Oh, what's up? Girl, Bad Dolly got snuck. Girl, Bad Dolly got snuck, girl. She got snuck. Popped. Okay? Now, me personally, I do not like the sneaking. Y'all know that. I cannot stand sneaking. I don't like none of that, girl. Okay? But Ivory called Bad Dolly out for a one. She called her out. She literally went up to her and told her, like, I need that. You've been talking a lot. I've been talking a lot. They both been going back and forth. Like I said, girl, Bad Dolly went on Twitter and exposed Ivory's full chest, girl. Tatas all out, girl. Literally posted her nude, girl. So, girl, if I was Ivory, girl, I need that too. No shade. I need that too. Girl, Ivory was clowning Bad Dolly, talking about, oh, she overdosed on pills. Girl, she was on drugs and this and that. And the third, girl, both of y'all was being messy. Both of y'all was popping shit. Both of y'all was talking shit. Not only that, but the last time y'all seen each other at the premiere, y'all literally got into it. Bad Dolly was sat down on that couch and Ivory was tearing that ass up. Okay? So y'all need to get in there. Okay? But when Bad Dolly, no. When Ivory came out and called out Bad Dolly for a fade, Bad Dolly didn't want none of that. No shade, she didn't want none of that, girl. She was not, she was, so girl, you got snuck. But she, girl, like I said, I don't like the sneaking, but she tried to call you out for a fair one and you declined, knowing the shit y'all been popping before this point. No shade, Bad Dolly, you was jumping the girls backstage. You got on stage, you was jumping the girls again. You jump. Girl, you been jumping this whole time. A bitch call you out for your fair one and now you can't fight. Girl, I'm confused, child. But anyways, child, please. Ivory said, ho, I'm gonna get that one way or another, okay? Cause like I said, girl, Bad Dolly, she turned it down. Ivory said, ho, I'm gonna get it one way or another, ho. So Ivory snuck her. She turned around quick though, not gonna lie. Bad Dolly did turn around quick, catches on, and starts swinging. They're going at it, you know what I'm saying? Both of them are doing their little 1-2, and Bad Dolly ended up falling on her ass again. Bad Dolly, somebody come pick this hoe up off the floor. Bad Dolly done fell about 5 times. No, sorry. She ain't fall that many times, ho. But Bad Dolly keeps falling. So, girl, after Bad Dolly fell, girl, Ivory was tearing that head up. She was tearing that head up just like she did at the premiere, child. So, like I said, Bad Dolly ended up falling after that, girl. Like I said, somebody come pick this hoe up off the floor. Girl, and Ivory was just tagging her after that, okay? Jaden is still running around like a chicken with a chicken head cut off, child. She's still running around mad at Summer for jumping Ivory. Jaden, girl, sit down. We get it, girl. Like, okay, Ivory got her lick back. You're still mad. Girl, shut up, okay? Jazz and Summer are still at it. I'm not going to lie. I love the fact that Jazz and Summer are standing on business, especially because their beef has been dragging and going on and on and on. And both of them have been popping their is on social media. Both of them, all they do is argue on social media, girl. Girl, if you ask me, ho, I would have said that they were both obsessed with each other. Y'all be saying that Summer is obsessed with Jazz, but baby, Jazz feeds into it just as much and pops just as much as Summer do. But girl, like I said, girl, all they do is go back and forth on social media. All they do is fight on social media. So I can definitely respect the fact that when they seen each other, it was on site and they weren't playing. They went round for round to get their issue. Get your issue. But I'm not gonna lie, the Jazz and the Summer storyline, tired. I'm a girl. I just don't care about it no more. I don't care. I feel like their fights are not even that. They're not even that interesting. I feel like they both can't fight. Girl, it's just the same thing over and over again. Like, I'm sick of seeing it. But like I said, I definitely do respect the fact that, again, they stood on business. They was popping that shit online. And they definitely, you know what I mean? They definitely stood on it when they seen each other. Child, so across the stage, girl, Scotty is now pissed and she's calling out Big Lex, crying and whining. Lex, what's up? What's up? What's up? No, what's up? What's up? Girl, mind you, security is still holding her back. Girl, she called out your fade. She called out your fade already, Scotty. And you were begging for explanations, copping pleas, and you hesitated to stand up, baby. Then, when you did stand up, you were protected. PC'd up, like I said. You were PC'd up. So why is she going to continue to waste her time on you? Girl, I just don't understand, girl. You had the opportunity to fight her. And you literally hesitated to stand up, girl. You was asking for explanations and shit. But now that she has her focus on somebody else, now you want that from her? Girl, please. Why is she gonna waste her time on you when y'all had the opportunity, nothing but space and opportunity to get it, okay? And why would she waste her time on you now when you know security are not going to let y'all fight? Scotty is not even doing anything. She's not doing shit but yelling. She's not doing anything but yelling, and security is still holding her and Big Lex back. Girl, please. You're protected. Security is not going to let you fight her. Security is not going to let her fight you. So at this point, girl, you're calling her out for what? Girl, next, okay? So mid-chaos, Big Lex and Ivory say that they're good after the 2 rounds. I feel like they only fought A, because of the fans, and B, because Ivory didn't like the way that the fans were clowning her for her fights with Big Lex on the show after filming. Because, baby, when filming wrapped up, they were cool. So, I feel like they're just... It doesn't surprise me that they made up with each other. It was never no real issue when it came to Big Lex and Ivory. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's just how I feel. But... okay, so the girls cleared the stage and Jayla and Big Lex square up again. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Jayla did a lot better than she did in Hawaii. However, girl, I'm going to have to give this one to Big Lex. I feel like Jayla, I feel like Jayla is just not... I feel like Jayla is not fucking with Big Lex when it comes to hands. She's not messing with Big Lex. That's why... she'll try to swing at first and she'll try to get in there with her. But once she realizes that she's not doing anything with her, and that she's gonna lose, she literally starts hugging and headlocking. Okay, and then my thing is with Big Lex is Big Lex needs to stop letting these bitches get that close to her. Your arms are long enough, and your arms are longer than theirs, so you don't need to be that close to them. But the minute she gets close to them, baby, they're going to grab her. They're either going to rush her, they're going to headlock her, they're going to hug her, they're going to do something to get the advantage over her. And it's like, girl, you need to stay at a distance, and you have the luxury of staying at a distance because your arms are about longer than okay? Your arms are long, so you can do that. Girl, stop getting so close to these bitches. Okay? So like I said, girl, they're throwing hands, whatever. Jayla ends up headlocking Big Lex towards the end of the fight. Okay? I'm sick of the headlocking. I'm sick of the rushing. I'm sick of the hugging. I'm sick of the grabbing. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. I want to see straight hands. Oh, girl. I'm sick of it, girl. She got the headlocking and hugging. Girl, throw hands, ho. BGC Jayla would never, girl. BGC Jayla was throwing them bitches, bitch. Okay? They, child, like I said, girl. After the little headlock, they got pulled away. After they got pulled away, Big Lex is begging for another round. And Jayla is, what are we fighting for? Like I said, girl, I love Jayla down. Jayla is one of my favorites. But baby, what do you mean? What are you fighting for? You guys are at the reunion. What do you expect? I don't understand how the girls come to the reunion and act clueless. Oh, what are we fighting for? What are you fighting for? Mind you, up until this point, Jayla has jumped into Big Lex's one-on-one with Anna. She has snugged Big Lex left and right. But now that you guys are actually running one-on-one fades, now it's, oh, what are we fighting for? Get in the field, ho. You knew what it was. And like I said, girl, it is what it is with Jayla jumping Big Lex, because again, Big Lex came at the baby. Big Lex and her friends literally set the tone for the jumping. Okay, set the tone for the jumping. Y'all, they came out on stage jumping. Okay, they came out on stage jumping. So it's whatever. You got jump back, whatever. But do you not expect that if you jump somebody, whether you were jumping them back or not, do you not think that they're going to need that from you? Do you not think that they're going to want that one with you? You jumped into my one-on-one fight, bitch. I need that. She needs that. So now Jayla is like, what are we fighting for? What are you fighting for? You've been jumping and sneaking her. What do you think she wants to fight you for? Girl, so when Big Lex realizes that Jayla is ducking smoke, that is when she goes up to Jayla. Girl, when I tell y'all, girl, she punched Jayla clean in her shit, girl. Girl got her clean in the nose, clean in the face, like connected, and they started to fight again. In my opinion, I feel like Jayla definitely lost this one. I mean, she lost the first one, but girl, she definitely lost this one. Lost so bad to the point where she started biting. And then y'all in the comments being biased, talking about something, oh, Big Lex bit her first. When A, Jayla admitted to biting her first, and B, you can literally see and hear Jayla doing it, and Big Lex screaming like, oh my God, like she's biting me, da 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 da. And then that's when Big Lex did it back as a defense mechanism. Y'all gotta stop being biased. And this is coming from somebody who loves Jayla. I love Jayla, but Jayla literally admitted to biting her. Like, y'all just be saying anything, child. Okay, so of course, rightfully so, Big Lex is pissed off and she wants Jayla's head. Girl, Jayla just bit her in her arm, girl, and left a little something there for her too, girl. Okay, Big Lex was mad, okay, screaming. And Jayla is running off that stage, girl. She got ran off the stage, and girl, we ain't seen her since. Okay, Jayla got tore up that second round. I love her, but baby, she did not win. That the biting to me is just absolutely disgusting and weird. You telling me you're losing so bad to the point where you have to sink your teeth in somebody else's skin? Jayla complained all last season about getting bit and turned around and did it to somebody else. Big Lex, you defended Gretchen after Gretchen literally bit Jayla, pulled out her tooth, and did all this stuff to her, and she pulled a Gretchen on you, and girl, you were so hell-bent on defending Gretchen, and now look, girl, she done did what Gretchen did to her to you. It's just all disgusting. All of it is gross. Jayla is wrong for that. I'm not gonna lie. Especially, like I said, girl, you spent all last season complaining about getting bit, as you should, because girl, Gretchen was nasty for that, but you turned around and did the exact same thing. Girl, I just don't understand. Anyways, so Jayla came online right after the reunion and was clowning Big Lex for biting. Basically like, oh, like you bitches is always biting me. But you failed to let us know that you bit her first. So Jayla is backstage, hurt, don't want to show her face, no cameras. A lot more hurt than Big Lex. And my thing is that, girl, you was jumping and sneaking her. And y'all done finally ran a one-on-one fade. And now look, you backstage. You don't want to come back out. And you bit her first, mind you. But Jayla is still the one backstage and refusing to come back out. Girl, I don't know. So Jazz and Summer are still fighting. Girl. Like I said, Jazz and Summer is just not interesting to me. Like, girl, we had it. We had enough of this. But okay, whatever. Get your issue, girl. Y'all got an issue. Y'all been popping to get y'all issue. I'm just saying, girl, it just gets to a point. It gets to a point. Anyways, so girl, why in the middle of Jazz versus Summer? And this is how I know Jazz cannot fight. Summer can't fight either, but Jazz cannot fight. Why Ivory tripped Summer mid-fight? Mind you, I don't like the jumping in and all that stuff, but baby, it's fair game at this point. Summer been jumping everybody, not only that, but girl, Ivory wasn't even out on stage for 5 minutes before Summer started to jump her again. Okay? Jumping her. So at this point, like I said, it's whatever. So girl, what? They literally, okay. So Jazz and Summer is windmilling and hoping for the best. Y'all know they can't fight, y'all. So they're windmilling and fighting and doing their little 1-2s. Girl, Ivory come out the cut and literally tripped Summer. I'm talking about dropped Summer to her knees within seconds. Summer got, this is my thing with Jazz, right? This is how I know Jazz can't fight. Okay. I feel like that was the perfect opportunity. If that would have been me, and I feel like if that was somebody who could actually like stand in the paint, I really feel like Summer wouldn't have been able to get back up. Why was Summer able to get up so fast and still stand in the paint with you after that? You literally got help. You got help. Ivory came from the cut and tripped her and dropped her to her knees. You should have made sure she stayed on that ground. Girl, but she got back up and was still tying with you, in my opinion. Girl, I just don't understand, girl. You should have got that hoe. That was the perfect opportunity for Jazz to... Jazz literally had the upper hand. Girl, you was up, she was down. You had the upper hand. You had the advantage, and you let this hoe get right back up and still go toe-to-toe with you. Summer should not have been able to get back up after that. She should have stayed on the floor. But Jazz can't fight, child. Anyways, the aftermath of Ivory tripping Summer was so funny. Like the way Ivory was reenacting it and the way that Santana was reenacting it, and Natalie and Rolley on that couch had me weak. Like this whole entire part was so funny to me. I was weak. Okay, so Big Lex is now backstage and she is looking for Jayla. She wants Jayla's head, y'all. Like I said, girl, they got the bite in. It got nasty. So now she wants that. She needs that, girl. Jayla, girl, I'm trying to figure out where my girl is. Where's my girl? Where is my girl? Where is Jayla? Okay, so at this point in the reunion, everyone is on stage. They calm down, and then Janisha starts talking. But baby, not for long. Not for long, because Bad Dolly comes back out on stage, bonnet on, ready. Even though, like I said, girl, she was just copping please with Ivory. Talk about her hand. Okay, but child, apparently her hand has healed. Okay, so she comes out on stage and tore my bitch Pretty P a new ass. As soon as Bad Dolly got out on stage and she was walking up and she was ready, Pretty P got up with the quickness, because y'all know my girl's not ducking no smoke, win, lose, or draw. But baby, I'm gonna have to give this one to Bad Dolly. Bad Dolly, in my opinion, when she came out on stage, she whooped Pretty P both rounds. In second round, she still ended up on her ass. I'm trying to figure out, why does Bad Dolly keep on falling? Bad Dolly. This is Bad Dolly's like third time. Wait, yeah. Her third time. Girl, why do you keep falling? Girl, I don't know, girl. I feel like when Bad Dolly fell, I feel like that's when Pretty P should have got in there. Girl, she didn't get in there though, girl. In my opinion, like I said, I feel like Bad Dolly tore her up. It was a good little squabble. They went toe to toe. But I fear my fave lost this one, child. Pretty P did not win. Okay? And Santana is not making it no better. Talking about some Dolly tore. Oh my gosh. Girl, Pretty P tried to do the Scotty kick at the beginning and it still did not work. Here goes Santana talking about some Dolly ate, she tore, Janisha said Pretty P being messy. Santana said, girl, no. Bad Dolly been whooping that lady all season. Santana, not too much on my girl. Okay? Pretty P's in there. Not too much on her. Okay? So, oh yeah, and Ivory jumped in that and hit Bad Dolly. I'm trying to figure out, why do Ivory keep jumping in y'all fights and y'all are not taking advantage of it? Ivory jumped in the fight with Summer, dropped Summer to her knees while she was fighting Jazz. Jazz still did not win that, in my opinion. She didn't get tore up, but I feel like she didn't get Summer the way she was supposed to. Ivory jumped in Pretty P and Bad Dolly's fight, snuck Bad Dolly while she was fighting Pretty P, and jumped in that, and it just, girl, and y'all still not winning. Okay, so after everything gets broken up, Pretty P gets kind of like mad. They start talking again, and Pretty P kind of gets mad. She still wants Bad Dolly. She kind of goes backstage, runs backstage, and Ivory is right behind her. It's a lot, girl. They start looking for Bad Dolly backstage. Emma, Yoshi, and Nunu get brought out. Girl, when I tell you Nunu looks good, yeah, my girl looks good. Janisha wanted everyone to be on Scotty Child. So as soon as Emma came out on stage, I'm telling you, Janisha is messy. And she don't even try to hide it no more. I mean, I feel like she really never did a good job at hiding it, but she still kind of maxed it a little bit better. But girl, when I tell you, Janisha don't be trying to hide it no more. So as soon as Emma came out on stage, she seen that they didn't fight, or she seen that they weren't like, getting ready for each other. So here go Janisha messy ass. Y'all, y'all were both popping it online. What's going on? Why are you in Scotland? Cool, Scotland? She called Scotty Scotland, child. I mean, that is Scotty's real name, Scotland. But Janisha, girl, I see right through it, child. You was being messy. You were being messy. Okay, so she turned to Emma. She like, yeah, you and Scotty was popping it. You and Scotland were popping it. Are you in Scotland cool? But she is right though. Emma, regardless of how stupid their beef was, Emma and Scotty definitely were going back and forth online for the whole first half of the show, and even after that. So you know what I'm saying, so it's like, what's good. But at the same time, I do also understand that their beef was literally dumb. It was stupid. Emma did it for a storyline and camera time, and the shit turned right back on her. Okay, right back around on her. Okay, she ended up being more boring than Scotty ever was, in my opinion. You confronted Scotty about being boring, wanted to fight her because she was boring, bitch, and you ended up more boring than she was, and it turned around on you, and now everybody's clowning you for being boring. Okay, so during this conversation, Emma and Scotty were basically like, we don't have no more beef. It is what it is. We talked. It's cool, right? But Janisha and Santana, they was clocking tea. Because, Emma basically said like she felt like Scotty was very much comfortable in her spot. And Rolley was like, okay, but that's not a reason to fight her though. And then, Santana and Janisha was like, well, y'all as OGs, y'all are comfortable. Y'all are comfortable. You guys feel like Y'all don't have to get in the field. Y'all fade into the background. The newbies, y'all feel like y'all better than the newbies. You guys are entitled and comfortable clocking their tea. I agree with them. I feel like the OGs do not lead by example. They don't take the newbies under their wing. All they do is come back season after season, feeling more comfortable and more entitled as time goes on. Okay? It is what it is. Okay, and they fade into the background. The OGs did not start popping their shit until the end of the season. And again, that was only because the newbies woke them up. The newbies woke up the OGs and took them out the background. Yeah. But outside of that, the newbies literally carried the season on their back. And I said what I said. As much as I don't care for some of them, baby, the new G's were in there. And I feel like, okay, a part of me understands, like, of course, the new girls are going to feel like they have more to prove than the OGs do because the OGs have done it seasons after seasons after season. But at the end of the day, y'all are on the same show. Nobody is above anyone. And the OGs felt like they were above the new girls. So, yeah, I feel like Santana and Janisha definitely ate with that. And I feel like they clocked the OGs down. And I said what I said. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like whenever that went on with Emma, I feel like Emma wasn't wrong. What she said about Scotty wasn't wrong. And I've always expressed that. She literally came onto the show and told Scotty to her face what the fans say behind her back every single day. The fans been saying that Scotty was boring. The fans already know why Scotty keeps getting brought back, despite the fact that she's boring and fades into the background every single season. Okay? All she did was bring it to her face. I never disagreed with what she said. It was more so like, oh, you trying to get in the field behind it though? You really trying to fight her because she's boring? You really want to start beef with her because she's boring? And it just that part didn't make sense. But what Emma actually went up to Scotty and said was not too far off. Okay, so after this, Janisha addresses Yoshi, girl, next. She addresses Nunu after that. Nunu and Honor are being cool. Nunu said her piece, and I absolutely loved it. Baby, she showed up. She didn't have to put her hands on anybody. You know what I'm saying? She's good. She looks good. And that was just that. So Biggie and Tastiki comes back on stage, and Janisha addresses Biggie and Honor. Honestly, we were just going around in a circle. Biggie keeps repeating the fact that she's not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. Stop trying to project it on me. I'm not a fighter this. I'm not a fighter that. And then Anna Mac is like, 1 minute she's like, oh, I don't want Biggie to jump in for me. I don't want her to jump in for me. And then the next minute, oh, you should have jumped in. But then the next minute, oh, you should have at least broke it up. I'm just like, girl, which one is it, girl? Which one is it, child? Okay? But like I said, with this whole thing, they were literally just going in circles and circles about it. And it was very much annoying. I still don't see where Anna got jumped. I just don't. I'm just, you know, like everybody is swearing up and down that Anna got jumped, baby. I don't see where she got jumped. Tag teamed, okay. Jumped, no. But she's standing on the fact that she got jumped and Biggie just sat there and watched. But again, whether it was jumped or a tag team, which it definitely was a tag team for sure. We seen that. Biggie, girl, child, I'm done explaining this shit, child. Girl, I'm honestly over this. They're not friends till this day. It is what it is. Biggie, girl, just don't bring this hoe back. Don't bring her back. She says she's not a fighter, yet she keeps coming back season after season to be on the show centered around fighting. It just don't make no sense to me, ho. If you're not a fighter, get off the show, ho. And then one of the and let me just say this too, because one of the audience members basically tried to clock Scotty's tea and was like, oh, you know, Scotty's able to cop please and she's able to do this and say I'm not a fighter, but when Biggie does it, it's a problem. Let me tell you the difference between Scotty and Biggie. Scotty is still going to get in the field. She did be caught, girl. She copped the plea with Big Lex, so girl. I heard that behind the scenes, Scotty was letting it be known that she didn't want that from Big Lex, and they made sure that Big Lex and Scotty did not get in the field. So aside from that, I feel like Scotty is in the field. She makes it known that she doesn't like to fight and that she's not a fighter, but Scotty will still fight. Scotty stepped up, although she has made it clear that she's not a fighter, she still stepped up and defended Anna multiple times. And Anna came into the house whooping her. You're supposed to be her friend. Anna even said on stage that her and Scotty weren't close. But what is Scotty doing? Having on his back, something that Biggie is not doing. So it's like, girl, I feel like it's like, I understand where the audience member was trying to get at, because both of them claim that they're not fighters. But the difference between Scotty and Biggie is that Scotty will still be in the paint, regardless of the fact that if she wants to fight or not. Aside from Big Lex, child, because girl, I said what I said. Scotty copped a plea with Big Lex, but if we want to do that, girl, we could call a spade, and we can say like, yeah, she copped a girl. I mean, in that case, the audience member is low key correct, because girl, she copped the plea with Big Lex, not only on the show, but at the reunion too. When I said what I said, yeah, she stood up, but she hesitated and she waited to stand up, knowing that security was going to hold them back and protect her, because again, she has made it known, according to Natalie, that she did not want to ever get in the paint with Big Lex. So it's like, you know, why is she allowed to do that? But if Biggie does it, she's a asshole. She's a punk asshole. But at the same time, Scotty's in the field for the most part. If she needs to get in the field, she's going to get in the field for the most part. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and skip the Honor Mac and Biggie part, because I really just do not care about it anymore. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. I'm tired of talking about it, honestly. But I'm very glad that towards the end of the reunion, they had a lot of time for dialogue, and I feel like they got to attack a lot of the issues that happened on the show, and I'm so glad. I feel like this reunion was really good. The second part was very much unorganized, no structure, and a lot of chaos, but I feel like they pulled it back in during the third part. Ivory starts to talk her issues out with the big three: Big Lex, Summer, and Bad Dolly. They start talking it out. Ivory tries to hug Summer, and Bad Dolly, girl, they was not trying to hug her, girl. Summer said, ho, I do not trust you. And you know, I will say this about Santana too. Santana, because I don't know if you guys remember, but on the first part of this reunion, he made it obvious and he made it clear, like, you know, that Summer was his favorite. Janisha said, you know, baby, like, who's your favorite? And he said, Summer is my favorite. Summer is in the field. She's this, she's that, she's that. You know what I'm saying? She'll get beat up, tore up, and she'll still get up and be like, oh, my mama. You know what I'm saying? So he made it obvious that Summer was his favorite. He said that Summer was his favorite, but he still clocked Summer, put his likeness for her aside, and still clocked her, because he said, you have all this energy with everybody else, but when it comes to Ivory, you're not really on that a lot of the times. And I feel like that is true. Okay, so Scotty and Summer go back and forth about their problem with each other. And, Scotty's just like, I don't like how you inserted yourself into my business with my friends. And Summer is like, well, I don't like the fact that you were being a fake ass hoe with your friends. And honestly, they were going back and forth. They were arguing and nothing got solved. And child, this is when I noticed Bad Dolly's face. Bad Dolly's face is swollen. I don't see her leaking. The girl said she was leaking, but baby, that face is swollen, baby. I see why she did not show her face right after the reunion, child. She waited like 48 hours, 3 days, girl, to show her face. Baby, I see why, girl. Her face was swollen. I'm talking about, y'all remember when E.T.'s face was swollen and puffed up after the reunion? That's what it gave to me. So, girl, they bring Slim on stage, and in my opinion, I feel like Slim looks good. This whole thing is just so frustrating to me. Like, Rolley and Slim's beef is frustrating to me, and I am so glad that we are done with it after this. But let's go ahead and get into it. So Rolley, in my opinion, she's a liar. She's talking about some, oh girl, we was never besties. We was never best friends. Ho, stop lying. You're lying. I feel like Rolley is still being cruel. She's still playing a victim. And the Slim and Rolley thing is just infuriating to me. It's honestly very annoying. Because Rolley paints this picture like she's this victim when she's not. You literally talked about her dead dad first. No matter what you say, no matter how you try to put it, no matter how many times you try to play victim, you talked about her dad first, okay? No matter what context you put it in, you talked about her dad first. Someone who is dead and gone, okay? Something that she is clearly still hurt from. She lost her parent, and you talked about her parent when you guys were in it. When y'all was into it, and then turned around and tried to make her this villain and feed all these lies to other people Talking about she spoke on my child. Y'all were both wrong. In my opinion, I feel like Rolley and Slim were both wrong. But how many times does Slim have to apologize and take accountability for her actions before you finally own up and be an adult and take accountability? There's only one apologetic person in this equation, which is crazy to me because they were both wrong. I couldn't imagine having someone paint me as the villain to everybody, and I'm mature enough to put my pride aside and admit my wrongdoings and apologize, and she refuses to do the same. And then when Slim cries or she's hurt, Rolley is so cruel and so mean and so hateful, and she's like, look at her crying, let her cry for the camera. Both of them are wrong. Rolley, you spoke on her dead dad first, okay? Then she said, fuck your son, okay? Then you said her dad was a child molester, and you hope the maggots are eating her dad up in the grave. You said that. Both of y'all are wrong. Both of y'all are wrong. And when it comes to this whole thing, Rolley is so delusional, and she has lied so much up to this point and painted herself as such a victim to the point where she actually believes that she's the victim. She actually believes that she did nothing wrong in this equation. Girl, she keeps bringing, I'm just like, girl. Even Summer was more mature than Rolley and acknowledged her wrongdoings. And I feel like that was such a sweet moment. And in my opinion, I feel like Summer was definitely being genuine. But it's like, girl, how was Summer acting more mature than you? Ciao. Anyways. Girl, so the girls give their final thoughts, and that was it. All right, y'all. So that is all I have for you guys today. Girl, if y'all made it this far, go ahead and drop a tooth emoji because these hoes is using their teeth and biting, girl. Go ahead and drop that tooth emoji. I love y'all so much. And I am going live tomorrow to recap the reunion with y'all, and y'all can come onto my live, talk to me, and pop your ish about how you feel about the reunion. Baby, catch me live tomorrow, Tuesday. And girl, we're in this hoe. Okay, I'm out this hoe. Bye. Yours, damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach you.